those they called our heroes past, what they did, you realize that we do not have any heroes past for criminals that escaped exposure or disclosure.
It's like what is happening in Nigeria, yeah? It's like where a child tells you, Daddy, you're stealing my biscuit. I know how you're stealing my biscuit. Every time I go to school, before I come back, you go to my room and take my biscuit. Then the child goes and writes it on social media. And you, the daddy, go, how dare you talk about what I do at home on social media?
See?
Okay, that the child has got a CCTV watching the room on that social media. And you went ahead and stole the biscuit.
Again.
And you still go and imprison the same child.
Then you now harassing you on social media.
So I'll just take it from one step at a time. Yeah, with the case of Afebu Anola and Dele Farotimi. Yeah, I'm not a lawyer. Please let anybody not take my view. This is just my own opinion. What I find funny is that this same thing that caused issue is similar to the case of Nnamdi Kanu versus Nigerian government. You cannot profit from illegality. When we did commercial law as part of a course, it is said that if you draft a contract in the wrong way and it ends up being in your own benefit, even though it is wrong, you cannot profit from it. The law will revert it back to what it should ordinarily have been before now beginning to adjudicate on the law. So, for example, let's say I want to sell you a TV. And I know by selling you that TV, you don't know how to operate it. I'm the only person that can operate it. Then tomorrow we'll go to court. And the court will say, no, ordinarily, when somebody sells you a TV, it should give you all the manuals you need to operate the TV.
That's right.
That is where the law will start from. It's not going to start from the TV I sold you that I know that you don't know how to operate it. So bringing it back to this case now, and Nnamdi Kanu case. Nnamdi Kanu was picked up from Kenya.
It was.
Without going through due process and brought to Nigeria. That is why they cannot try him. That's why they keep going back and forth.
That's right.
And that's why they don't know what to do with him. So that they keep finding reason to adjourn. They don't want to sit on the case.
Because that's all they can
with
do.
The case of Dele,
I know.
That is the only thing they can do to frustrate him to a point where he will not agree to
when they kidnap you like that, they will launch the media war, whereby you will be prosecuted and judged in the media.
Yes.
When it is time for them to actually appear in that court to prove what they claim you have done, there will be nowhere to be found.
Have you noticed something? Yeah. Let me just add to what you just said.
Yes, sir.
Go and check FCC cases against ex-convicts, people that would claim that stole money.
Yep.
EFCC will come online and say this person stole 20, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, whatever gazillion. They will criticize it, but when they get to court, the person will get acquitted. Why? Because they don't substantiate their case.
It's only media.
They only go by the first line of information. Instead of going to trace it to step by step. Mayogun stole 5 million. How did he steal 5 million? How many times? Over how many times did he do it? Over how many? These are the things they don't go into.
Like, where is the 5 million? Where else are the traces and all of that? You need to present everything, and they must be linked to me perfectly. That I can't wriggle out of it and present it in court. But in their own case, no.
Thank you. So what is happening here with the case of Dele Farotimi is exactly the Nigerian system at work. And this is typically what happens to anybody, even Show even people like Peter Obi. They tried to do it to him when they were expecting him to bring people to the street, but he understood their game and didn't play to that gallery. He left. Even person like Ibo went through the same thing in Benin Republic. There was no case against him. So when people keep looking at this and they are laughing, oh, it's just a Dele Farotimi. It's been happening, coming. It's been coming. It's just that Dele Farotimi happened to be a prominent person now.
That's why it is so loud.
He supported the right thing. That's why it's so loud. There are millions and gazillions of people in prison today that nobody even know they were arrested. You can't even find the charge case. Some of them have been substituted against somebody else. The person that committed the crime has been let go. They not say this is the person that is bearing that name. They give him that name. They slap it to you and say you are the person that answered that name. And that is why they are in panic. Like I always tell people, you guys are chipping through You're chipping the wood. You're bringing that. You're opening people's eye to things that people will never see possible. 10 years ago, this kind of thing will happen. Nobody will know.
And now,
people like Fela went through these things several times. They just pick him up and take him to jail and lock him
and
there.
there are so many people who hated the likes of Fela, Gani, Farotimi, late Gani, Farotimi, and many others
For no reason.
because there was no social media. They controlled the media. They put all the narratives out there. And by the time these guys started fighting back, they can't fight as far as where the damages has been done. They can't fight that much. It's only half of it. And so many people till tomorrow, they believe every of those things they said about these guys by these same criminals.
And that is why you see they are trying to find a way to regulate social media.
Yes.
But they will never regulate social media. I will tell you one thing I know inside. The people who want to regulate it, this is the problem they have. 80% of Nigerian youth that don't have job on the normal job work online, TikTok, Facebook.
Yes.
They do skits to make money. If you regulate social media and you stop them from making those skits, you see the criminals they are advertising that they catch. You
will be a
in short, like you dare not on light in your house. And like Princess said, it's going to be between the rich and the poor. The problem with the rich and the poor is not that it is somebody that they perceive to be rich or not rich. Because as you are dressed now, if you dress like this in Nigeria, walking down the street, they say,
he must be fine. Exactly. Let's take him. If not,
but they don't know that you don't have. You're just trying to express yourself. Why somebody like the person Princess was talking about, that have not eaten, that have people in IDP camp thinking of what they're going to do to themselves, who think you are rich. In their eye, you are rich. And this is the mistake people have not actually realized. The people that are supporting this government, propagating all these things on social media, getting paid. Forget that they live in the same system. By the time they fill their tank, they drive 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Their friends say, oh, but that guy, they buy full tank. That means he get money somewhere. No could kidnap him. That is where it's going to now. Nobody will kidnap you that doesn't know you. I'm telling you, go and check anywhere. Nobody kidnaps you that doesn't know you. Even the police officer that on the road know you.
Anywhere.
It's not random. That time when they stop you for one checkpoint, they say, oh, that's fine. You find them 5,000. They say, this person get 5,000 to spare. Next checkpoint, that car they come, see the registration number, I'm gonna carry it. That means that person has known you. And that is the mistake people have not realized. It's getting to that point. Like Melafia said, what Melafia said is now repeating itself. Nnamdi Kanu warned people. When he was warning people, they said that guy is a madman. Melafia came in a gentle way. They say that one is a madman. Some people are coming on this now saying, oh, every time I go is criticizing. But they do not see when you're saying that part of the tax law was good, some parts are bad. They will not see the good side you mentioned. No. But they forget that all this thing you're doing in this UK where you are, I can guarantee you, if you live up to 100 years, you're taken care of. Them that live in that place, their tomorrow is not guaranteed.
No.
Like sunlight tomorrow is not guaranteed.
No.
Somebody, if you wake up, shoot you. And nothing will happen about it.
And that's it. They will tell you that it is the will of God. Let's just thank God that it's no more than this. See, Baba, thank you very much again.
As a final thought, just a final thought, people should go and look at what happened in America just last week, where a person that was selling one of the biggest insurance company for health insurance, their CEO got killed. He's going to get to that point in Nigeria, where a politician will be walking down the road, and the people he thought are his AD or CEO or whatever behind him, he can go and shoot him. And once he happens back like this, it will not be a case of either a Yoruba politician or Igbo politician or Hausa politician. They will not say this person killed the person. Fight will start. That fight that they don't want to start will now start. They will now come back to the drawing board. The same Afebanola was part of the people that drafted the Nigerian constitution. This decree, whatever the 99 constitution. Go and check. Was part of the people that drafted that constitution. By the time you list all his clients, this guy has been representing all the top government,
including businesses, multinational companies that have ripped Nigeria off. He's been their guy protecting them, collecting his own share.
Go and check all the lawyers in Nigeria. How much is the average lawyer's charge per case? How did this guy acquire all this wealth? These are some of the things people don't ask. And when you start asking those questions, like they say you're trying to put something somebody
there is no politician in this UK that give, I haven't read anywhere, as rich as some of them are, that they will say they single-handedly gave a school £10 million from a poorest country, what do you call it? The poverty capital of the world, Nigeria, and one of the poorest states in Nigeria, Ekiti. Somebody there gave 10 million pounds to a school in the UK. That tells you what you need to know.
10 million pounds from the money they got from China oil. That's the shit. That's part of the money they got. I'm not claiming that he did it, but I'm just saying if you can come outside and defend that, and it comes out to be negative, you did not come outside to remove your name from there.
No, they would kidnap me if I keep saying that. Instead of them to come out and tell us how he made that 10 million pounds, they would rather have me kidnapped to teach me a lesson. Let me take another one, Baba. Thank you very much. You have a good evening, all right? And good night, too. Because that's what they do in Nigeria. They say, watch your mouth. You better watch your mouth. We can make you disappear. I say, why? Why do I have to disappear? You and this, your mouth. You better watch this, your mouth. I say, why? Am I lying? If I am not lying, why should I disappear? It is this your mouth. This your mouth. See, I will speak my mind. This is a public available truth. And guess what? If you feel kind of a slandered or libeled, you should kind of sue me. Don't make me disappear. But before I disappear, I will speak my own truth. Hello.
Mayego Baba, good evening, brother.
Good evening, sir. How are you, Baba?
Fine. This is Mr. Z from Lagos, man. What's going on?
Baba, we are here still pressing on and pressing on until when we can't anymore. Until then, right? We are not giving up. Mr. Z.
Lagbaralo, you never get tired. You never get tired.
Not yet.
You're our hope, you're our enjoyment, you're our everything.
Thank you.
You know,
got value.
Yes, you have a lot of value. You can't, you know.
Thank you.
I know. We're waiting for your book. You must have. You should have written by at least 2 books by now.
Somebody gave me a book deal 2 years ago. Yes, I just told them that I don't really have anything to say that I have not said on this platform.
Your story. Your story is plenty. From when you were in politics in your state to where you go to the UK to everything. Your story is sweet and it is you get story. Okay, let me just get to the point quickly, Baba. You see, as they arrested Dele Farotimi, I was first of all very upset deep inside my heart, you know, but the outpour from social media and the world has made me a bit happier that at least this man that they thought they would just pick up and do nonsense, he don't shame their whole life.
See?
And from the interviews he's playing, that means what he was saying is what is playing out in real life now. Mayego, Dele Farotimi is the best of Yoruba.
Tell me about
and
it.
We have the worst of Yoruba leading this country.
It's unfortunate, man.
Those are the kind of people that, as they are building Yoruba nation, you should be put inside that table to organize. Those are people that they can't be bribed. Those are people that stand their ethics. I follow him on everywhere. I've been thinking of how to beg him to come and have a drink with me. One day we should have a drink. Let me just gain wisdom from that man.
Sit with this guy, exactly. And you know, one thing that I have been told is that everything you see on your screen about Dele Farotimi when he's talking on TV, on his own channel on YouTube, anywhere you see Dele Farotimi's video, you see that same thing you are seeing, you are watching, is what you are going to get offline too. Is exactly like that.
This book he wrote is evident to that. All the proceeds are going to orphanage homes, homes of need. Not, he didn't say 20%, 50%.
No.
Everything is going there. And when you see when they went to arrest him, you will see his house. It's not that he's a so wealthy man that he doesn't need the money. But it's those kind of principled people that what I have is enough for me. I'll travel, my family can travel, I can do this. I will not stand on the wrong part of history. That's the best of Yoruba. That's the best of Yoruba. Tinubu is corrupting.
Tinubu and celebrating this persecution. The sewage dwellers, the ass leakers of this druggie, those who wanted us to accept that certificate forgery, drug pushing, treasury looting. They are actually a good character that somebody, the younger generation, can emulate.
Imagine. And what the saddest part of it is he's corrupting a new generation of Yoruba people growing up. A multitude of them don't go to school, don't do this.
Oda.
Tinubu got there, I can get there tomorrow.
Yeah. If Tinubu can become president, I can be too. I don't have to go to any school.
The hunger in Nigeria is unbelievable. It is what Princess was talking about. It is unbelievable. For you to say, I bought fan now, rechargeable battery fans too. You can't continue putting on petrol generator. You can't continue, if NEPA goes, you can't continue that lifestyle you used to live. You can't continue
to go do CNG. Una go do CNG to get electricity now.
CNG, you do CNG, the gas day your back. My picking, 2 of them, the back of my car. How would you drive with confidence?
And you can't say that, you know, where the weather comes hot like anything. You go to park for road now, open your boots. Make it receive cold small. Kind of
That's a cigar from the back of the car, go they fear.
So may your car go do overeating, or if you go do mistakenly do over, or you enter traffic, right? And then you are in that traffic for, let's say, 2, 3, or 4 hours. Your mind go to say, I hope this thing is not doing
more. This now, because you could not say a new technology, we just come, they never test our well for Nigeria.
The new fear, what have you unraveled,
Unraveled, yes.
What kind of life is this?
My good, they are just telling, they are putting us, they don't feel use CNG, now us they give to you.
They are not using, that's the point as well. I mean, if you want everybody to use this thing, right? Okay, you start using it so that people can see through.
Yes, all governments can CNG, all everybody. Hey, we're gonna say that you're leading by example.
But no,
there's no way out of this thing. What you've been saying, what Mazi has been saying is the only way out. You must break it up.
We will get there.
You must break it up. See Biafra. See Biafra. Do you know how great Biafra will be? Do you know how great? I was seeing that when they were calling 40 states, you know, this. I was looking at, I say, if this country can just, it will, it is a country that's
go and do their own affair. That's what we have never tried. Now.
This is my resource, so that's why I go take Duamo. I'll give the people, federal government, 10% of it. No, we argue, we put it into law. Not the one man will sit down, come and own all the oil blocks in my states.
And then
they own all the oil blocks. Loved us.
They loved us. They know what we want. They know what we need. So all of us should
know what we need. They know more than us. What does that man? What did this man? It is something else. What does he want to do with all this money he's still stealing? He wants to put his son as president, governor. Mayego, please don't leave us.
There is no chance. I mean,
don't leave us.
Before they take us out of circulation, right? We will ensure that the generation that needs to know actually knows what is the truth.
At least when we hear from you every evening, when you're not well, when you travel, we still hear that you're not around. You know, you give us hope. You know, give us hope, man. Please, God bless.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Yeah, talk to what happened. Dele is good. This Dele is going to cost me a gift for them. It's going to cost big. See this man don't go shame himself for load it.
You get they think locking him up.
Spoiling all of them.
Do they think that locking him up is probably like going to shut him up? It won't. Rather, it has now snowballed his voice beyond where Dele himself could never imagine when he was out there. Right?
Interviews of Dele coming back.
You get?
Like he's in interviews that now he's in prison. Every great leader went to prison.
Again, a lot of people now want to even know more about what he's been doing that triggered these people to do this now. A lot of people now
I've tried to buy that book. I'm looking for the book here.
Roving Haiti. I think I'm going to look for their link. Okay, I'll share it.
I've seen where they posted it on. They are out. Everywhere is out of it.
And now it's already running out of stock everywhere now. It's running out of stock.
And the publisher, the main man is not there to maybe to publish more. I don't know.
No, it will be that for the publisher. It will be for the publisher, the publishing firm to go ahead and produce money. Or they will have to. They would have to. They've sold over 60,000 in 48 hours, Baba, worldwide.
That's almost more than $500,000
Do you know how much that comes to? On Amazon alone, right? On Amazon alone, they've received over 100,000 orders. And as we speak, right? Yeah, as we speak, the delivery that is on the way to so many people right now, you can only imagine it. We are giving it a week. We'll get the real data on top of the matter.
That's more than $1 million. Oh.
I they tell you, Baba, no joke. Multiply, averagely, we are talking about 15 pounds averagely, because in some places, right, they are buying it for £99.
That means we're going to $25. $2 million